Welcome back, sports gamers. It's the Natural. I want to talk to you guys today about one of the biggest, most important things, big major change coming to Madden 20 that's going to affect the offense and even more so on the defensive side. If you do like our content, make sure you drop a like, subscribe. We got more Madden 20 coming, as well as everything, news, reviews, tips, everything from your favorite sports games. So getting right into it, one of the big priorities for Madden 20 for the developers was to cut down on unnecessary dead time in between the plays. So we all know how they have the cutscenes and the cameras go to the sidelines and sometimes show the pre-play and the post-play and all those cutscenes that try to, enhance the presentation and really kind of delays the game. So you're waiting time, especially if you do hurry-up offense, and you're waiting time for your linemen to get back to the line, and all that takes time. They really want to make an effort to cut down on that downtime so you don't have to wait for your players to line up between plays, get in and out of the huddle. So now a major change for Madden 20 is when you huddle, the game and play clock will tick off to an appropriate amount of time. It will take your slowest player to get to the line of scrimmage and get set up, but the game will actually skip ahead. So you should note that both the game clock and the play clock will be naturally accelerated to make up for that time. So it'll be less time staring at the screen with doing nothing and more time playing the game. They're going to basically cut out the huddle or break into the huddle. So now when you pick your play, you are at the line of scrimmage. So in past Maddens, it took the offense about 8 seconds when they broke the huddle to line up and then snap the ball. So even when your opponent would do hurry up, you still would have about 8 seconds to get your defense set, get things ready, make your adjustments and all that before they're able to hike the ball. But they're cutting out the huddle and they're cutting all that from Madden 20 to try to get more gameplay in and less you watching, pre-play and guys line up. So now the defense will only have a minimum of 3 seconds to make adjustments if the offense calls no huddle or hurry up offense and snaps the ball right away, which is a big change in the game there. Let's take a look at this. Mainly came from this was announced previously, but the big hoorah about this now, people are talking a lot, is that Clint Oldenburg, a Madden developer, actually came out with a tweet stating no quick hiking, no 18 seconds. Pre-play is now standardized and tunable. Both sides given a minimum of 5 seconds pre-snap for adjustments out of the huddle and 3 seconds in no huddle. He's responding to a tweet. After you pick your play in Madden 20, you don't walk the line of scrimmage. You're already at the line of scrimmage. Once you pick your play, and play is around 6 to 18 seconds. How does that benefit the defense? So the guy was saying quick hike is going to be crazy, but he was saying everyone gets the same amount of time. So the offense and defense get the same amount of time to make adjustments. And the past Madden, they made the adjustment where you can only do one hot route coming to the line. So the offense was limited how many adjustments they could do. They can only do that one hot route, and then once they get to the line, they can do additional hot routes. Now everyone's at the line at the same time, and everyone gets that same 5 seconds minimum. That doesn't mean that you could take 10 seconds, you could take longer than that, but you still have to. The minimum is that 5 seconds. And he follows up. Clint Oldenburg follows up, reiterating, emphasize the minimum time means that's the quickest time allotted before you can snap. If you want to take more time than that for adjustments. So in the standard play call, no huddle, the defense has a minimum of 5 seconds to make adjustments, and that's a lot less than the 8-second minimum in previous games. 3 seconds might not sound like a lot, but when you're doing quick adjustment and the game's going on, that's a good amount of time chunk that they're taking off. So if you guys are really worried about that, I think honestly for me, there's some good news in that is standardized across the board between both offense and defense. And you have to remember, this is, like they said, tunable. So if people are having trouble and they can see the data, of everyone plays the game, they can see when people are having issues, people are having problems, struggling, or they getting false starts, they can see all that feedback from just people playing their game. They get all that telemetry, all that data. So if they're seeing that people are having problems with that and they're getting a lot of false starts, they can tune it, they can give more time. Now, it's not a setting that we're able to control to go in and change that, but on their end, they could tune that. And of course, hopefully they should be able to tune it based upon game style as well. So like sim, I would think that they would have more time allotted. Where competitive, they might be able to keep the same because they can make more adjustments faster. Being a competitive player, can make probably all their adjustments in 3 to 5 seconds, where you know, a sim player or even though a less advanced player would take longer than that and might need more time than that. So I think the majority of, depending on your level of skill, skilled Madden player, they probably can do all their adjustments in like 3 seconds. I mean, I've seen guys do some amazing things on the sticks when they're playing and making adjustments. So it really depends on the skill of the player, and I think a lot of that is depending on the game style that you play and what you're trying to do. So a lot of sim players are shy away from doing a lot of hot routes and a lot of change the line. Some leagues even ban that, and you're not able to. You're limited to a certain amount of hot routes you can do. So this would be a good thing for them. I'm for anything gameplay wise. I think this would be a good gameplay change, but for presentation, the people that like the presentation of like a real NFL game and the quarterback walking to the line and as he's walking up barking out signals and all that, I think that's kind of get lost. So it may not seem like a big difference to some people, but at first, you know, people that I've talked to that have hands on with the game, they've said that it's jarring. Like initially when you first start playing it, you're like, whoa, it just feels weird not having that walk to the line or break of the huddle. But after a while, once you get used to it, like you don't even notice it anymore. I mean, it's almost like the coin toss. A lot of people hate that the coin toss got removed, but it's better the game, gives you more time, quickly get into the game, get to the gameplay. And a lot of people, some people complain. When it first happened, people were going crazy about it. But more and more over time, people have gotten used to not having a coin toss. It's already selected. You know, when you come out, you just get right into the game and play. So this is like along the same lines of streamlining the game and getting you to the game quicker and getting more gameplay. So I mean, if you try to hike it at 3 seconds, you have to remember that you've made 0 adjustments on offense. So basically, you're running a play stock. So you didn't set up any offensive line shifts. You didn't ID the mic. You didn't call any hot routes. So you didn't make any adjustment to your play. So are you running your play at its best? So you're almost doing yourself a disservice just to run to the line and just quick hike it. You know, if it's a run play, then you can do that. But even with the run play, you still have to, you know, flip your play or make some adjustments as well. So especially, you know, if you're, you know, calling an RPO or audibling to a different run play depending on the number of the box, all that matters. And if you're just running to the line and just hiking it fast as you can, are you really doing your offense a disservice? And I think so. So it really also, this change will help alleviate, I think, a lot of the pre-play issues and bugs that they had in the game when before you get to the line and you couldn't snap, or the old center sneak glitch where you would snap and the center would automatically get the ball and run the line. So I think this will fix a lot of those problems, and it's really made to speed up the game, and it can fix a lot of those bugs, I believe. So this new change really compares to like someone holding the A button and going to the line of scrimmage. I mean, I do that frequently. Going to the line, I hold the A button or tap the A button to speed up. So it's a little bit faster than that. So it just doesn't, you just don't have the action, the animations of you approaching the line and doing that. But the time is around the same, but just a little bit less. So, you know, let me know what you guys think about this change. Do you like agree with it? Do you think it's a good thing or a bad thing for the game? I really think it's one of those things, like I said, like the coin toss is going to be really overblown. Like people are going to be, it's going to be jarring. People are not going to like it at first. And I think after maybe the first few weeks or a month or so after the game is out, people will start to get their warm up to it and start to, you know, get back and enjoy a little bit more. And I think the main focus on the gameplay. If the gameplay is solid, if people enjoy the gameplay of Madden 20, does the coming out the huddle really matter? I know for the presentation people, they'll never be happy with this at all. It'll always bother them, just like the people who still want the coin toss back. But for me personally, I don't care about the coin toss. I just care about the gameplay on the field. If the gameplay on the field is fun, is solid, it's enjoyable, and a lot of the changes they're making looks like it's going to be improved gameplay, I'm all for that 100%. And remember, I will have hands-on at EA Play, so I'll be able to tell you guys what I think of this. And is it as bad as it sounds? I think it's going to be overblown. It's not going to be that bad. Outside of that, what gameplay additions are you guys looking forward to? Is the Superstar X Factors, RPOs, or Superstar QB mode, QB1 mode, or some of the franchise editions? Make sure you guys check out the videos that I do have breakdowns on all of those on the channel as well. And make sure you check out the video I dropped on what questions you want answered about Madden 20. I should be able to get those questions answered for you this weekend. So I have been looking at them. I have been responding to the ones that I have answers to, and also the questions that I don't have answers to. I've been adding to a sheet that I will ask developers and get the answers that you guys are looking for, and we'll make a separate video answering all those questions in my interviews that I'm doing on gameplay, franchise mode, as well as presentations and graphics. So hopefully you guys enjoyed the video. Make sure you drop a like and subscribe for more Madden 20 here at SGO. This is The Natural. I'm out.